long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love.
Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
So, something that nobody's talked about, and the reason why is because the controversy of, is Skeleton Crew popular? Yes. And is it doing what Disney wants it to? According to Alan Bergman, yes. But something that the black pill blobs like WDW Pro and the rest of that garbage won't mention is the fact that we don't have a Mary Sue or a Gary Stu anywhere in Skeleton Crew. Nowhere. This is an actual story. Here's Fern. When you first meet her, she's arrogant, she's independent. She's only like, 12, 13 years old. And she really thinks highly of her own prowess and her leadership skills. She has yet to really be tested. She's a kid. Okay? And she's never been anywhere. Planet of Aten is not a place where the galaxy has been connected to in decades. Okay, years. And when they go on this adventure, because of her overconfidence and this false bravado of hers, because she's the oldest, Fern takes over leadership. And she doesn't really have control of the group. She doesn't know how to do that. Her leadership is lacking because she's never been in this position before. And she soon realizes that she has a lot to learn. What you're watching is the breakdown of the character. And she goes from being this person who has all this false bravado and false confidence to this person who's terrified. And she's never really been afraid of anything in her life. And that's the thing. So when they meet Jadna Nawad, she doesn't trust him because she's afraid. She's never been in a position where she's afraid, where everything around her represents a danger. And she still feels like she's got some leadership to perform for these other kids, so she wants to be in control. And that's her fear talking. Nawad lets her assume that she's the boss. But in the end, he just takes it away from her. Because it's so complicated, but she's afraid. She doesn't have the talent or the wherewithal to be perfect right off the top. This is literally her hero's journey. They're all on their own individual journey. And we've seen through every episode that we get to talk to and look at, because we are, as viewers, in a relationship as viewers with each of these kids. They're all on their own hero's journey. Fern is discovering she doesn't know shit, so she's got to learn. Okay? That's the difference between what Jon Favreau has done and what Kathleen Kennedy wanted out of Rey and the rest of the females that she championed while making the sequel trilogy. And what makes Fern a far more compelling character than Rey, Vice Admiral Gender Studies, Jyn Erso, etc. Even though Jyn Erso was a little more interesting because you know she was trained, and you know she had to learn, she had to survive. is because we're watching Fern learn how to survive in this world, and that is huge. Okay, so let's compare her to Rey and other female characters from the Kennedy side.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
My name is Jeff.
This is Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen. With the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force. Do not return to the temple. That time has passed. And our future is uncertain. We will each be challenged. Our trust, our faith, our friendships. But we must persevere. And in time, a new hope will emerge. May the Force be with you, always.
So here's Rey. When we meet her, she's a scavenger on a planet called Jakku, and in The Force Awakens, she finds Luke's and Anakin's lightsaber, and it gives her a vision, and she suddenly becomes already this perfect Jedi. She literally beats down a Force wielder that's been trained. In The Last Jedi, she goes to the place where Luke is, and Ahch-To, and asks him to train her. He doesn't. So she wanders around the moon or planet, and goes into the dark side area where he told her not to go. He gives her 3 lessons. I don't think we saw all 3 of them. She's snotty, she's bratty, and she acts like she doesn't need his help. That she knows everything already. And when she leaves, she takes the Jedi, the books. All right? What you've got is a person who doesn't need to be trained. Luke was the ultimate not Mary Sue. He wasn't a Gary Stu. He made mistakes, if we remember right. Rey does not. In The Rise of Shitwalker, she basically jumps over a fucking TIE fighter and brings it down by herself. She again defeats a well-seasoned Force wielder wounds him, and then how she ever healed him, we don't know. It's like, we're told that she just downloaded all the knowledge from what? Kyle Ron? She doesn't need to be trained. She's perfect. Female characters are less likely to be perfect than anything. And she's an abomination of poor writing. She's, Kathleen Kennedy's Avatar, yeah. Kathleen Kennedy, I know for a fact, probably believes she didn't need to hear anything George Lucas told her because she knew better than him. Hence, she tried to erase what he created with Star Wars. Okay, then we've got other Mary Sue characters. Vice Admiral Gender Studies. She's a better pilot than Luke Skywalker, Wedge Antilles, and Han Solo. She's a dyke, a bull dyke, obviously. There are comic books dedicated to her where she's running around looking for the perfect fucking purple hair dye. In no way does she represent a real woman and a real military woman. I've known them. Okay. Then we have Dr. Aphra, the farce. Hates men. And this is the thing. Every one of these Mary Sue characters hate men. Okay? They hate men. They're built on a misandrous foundation. Especially this fucking thing. Okay? And that's the problem. That's why Fern is better. We're gonna see a resurgence of traditional females the way we are. The breaking down of the character, the rebuilding of the character, and the journey that she takes to adulthood. Leia had that. She already had her hero's journey. Her journey was to become the woman she was supposed to. And women always need help with that. Then we have Han Solo and Luke Skywalker. Neither of these guys is a Gary Stu. Luke literally had to be failed into almost oblivion. Han had to go through a death experience. Okay, this is how you build characters. So they become the men and women they are supposed to be, that they are meant to be. This is not only the hero's journey, it is what, if you look at George's ideas on the Force, what the Force is truly all about. The finding of your true self. Luke as the great Grand Jedi Master, full of confidence and quiet calm. Han rediscovering his manhood as a real man, as a hero. And he allowed himself to be loved by Leia, who, despite all of his obvious bravado, saw that he was a good man. And everything he went through in The Empire Strikes Back set him up to become the person he didn't know he could be, or the man he was afraid to be. Kathleen Kennedy would not allow a story like Han and Leia's story to be told. Don't know why. We're told by Matt Bellany that she's not woke. I beg to differ. This was a woman who back in the 60s was the quarterback for her high school football team. Now, as someone who knows history and knows male-female role models and roles back throughout the years, that's a pretty fucking rare thing back in the 60s. But apparently, daddy wanted a son that he never got. So there you go. She obviously is woke, and she's not creative. She doesn't understand how to lead a franchise like Star Wars or anything else for that matter. But she was installed, like Kamala Harris, like Joe Biden, and she led Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and Willow on the road to nowhere. Okay. She is the one that championed the Mary Sue-ness because she's a feminist. First off, she obviously embraces misandry with the Force's female bullshit. And there you go. She is why these franchises failed so badly. And like I said, there are Mary Sues scattered all over Star Wars, Indiana Jones, Willow. And they're not just Mary Sues, they're fucking woke Mary Sues, which makes them a million, billion, pavilion times worse. Okay, they're not interesting. You don't care about them. Okay, how could you care about them? Nothing likable about Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character in Indiana Jones. And there's absolutely nothing likable about this character. All right, you know, I dare somebody to sit there and say, when she gets killed, and she will, we'll all care about her. We won't. We do care about this kid here because she represents what real girls go through. The anxieties, the fears, and the fact that as teenagers, teenage girls, teenage boys think, oh wow, we can do whatever we want. We want to go and be independent. And they suddenly find out that all the things they wanted to do and be are tough, are hard to become. And there's a lot of pain and, anxiety and pressure and stress going into becoming the person that you're meant to be, okay? And what Fern is going through is really fearful because it's not only her life she's responsible for, it's the lives of the 3 other kids, okay? And she, because she's the oldest again, took responsibility and then she failed to lead them and lost her leadership role. And then now they're all equals. Okay. So I want you guys to understand, Mary Sue died the moment Fern was created. Mary Sue is dead. Rey and her lack of character arc is finished. Fern takes her place, right alongside Princess Leia Organa Solo, Jaina Solo, Ahsoka, and name the good characters from the female characters from the Lucas era. This is Steph signing out. I'll see you around the galaxy.